My beloved child, wait, pause here for a moment. Something subtle but powerful is unfolding around you right now. It may feel quiet, almost invisible, yet this moment carries a message that was meant to reach you exactly when you are hearing these words. Take a breath and listen closely, because somewhere, beyond the noise of daily life and the endless thoughts racing through your mind, there is someone connected to your journey, someone whose heart already senses the strength you have been hiding from yourself. Your soulmate. And today, something inside them is awakening, a realization about you that feels impossible to ignore. But before we speak about what they want to share, you must understand something deeper. Your strength has never been loud. It has never needed applause or recognition. It has been quiet, patient, steady. Think about the moments when life felt heavy, when uncertainty surrounded you, when others doubted you, or when the path ahead seemed unclear. Yet somehow, you kept moving. Not perfectly, not without questions, but you kept going. And that is the hidden strength your soulmate has begun to see more clearly than ever before. You might not realize it yet, but the energy you carry leaves an imprint on the people meant to walk beside you. Your soulmate has felt it. Not as something dramatic or overwhelming, but as a calm certainty that appears whenever they think about you. A feeling that says, there is more to this person than what the world sees. Pause for a second and ask yourself something. What if the qualities you consider ordinary, the patience, the kindness, the resilience, are actually the exact strengths that are shaping your future connection? What if those quiet traits are the reason your paths are slowly aligning? Stay with this thought for a moment, because the story unfolding between you and your soulmate is not built on coincidence. It is built on recognition. Somewhere in their thoughts recently, a realization began forming. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but like a light slowly turning on in a quiet room. They started remembering small things, moments when you showed courage without announcing it, times when you chose growth instead of comfort, situations where your calm presence changed the entire atmosphere around you. And the more they reflected on these memories, the more something became clear. Your hidden strength is not just part of your personality, it is part of your purpose. Let that idea settle for a second, because your soulmate is beginning to understand something many people overlook, that true strength is not about being unbreakable. It is about continuing forward even when the road feels uncertain. And strangely enough, your journey has already inspired them more than you realize. But here is where the story becomes even more interesting. Recently, something shifted in their awareness. A thought appeared that they could no longer ignore. A quiet inner voice that kept repeating a single realization: this person doesn't even see how powerful they truly are. And that realization created a strong desire inside them, a desire to tell you something important. Not in a dramatic way, not in a loud announcement, but in a way that feels sincere, meaningful, and perfectly timed. Because sometimes the words we need to hear the most arrive through the people who see us clearly. Your soulmate has been observing something about you that even you may not recognize yet, and what they want to share could change the way you see yourself forever. But before that message fully reveals itself, another piece of this story must unfold. A moment that made them realize why your hidden strength matters more than ever right now. So stay with this journey a little longer, because the next part reveals what your soulmate recently discovered about you, something that might explain why this message is reaching you at this exact moment in your life. My beloved child, hold on for a second. Something deeper is beginning to surface now, and this is the part of the story where the quiet pieces suddenly start connecting. You may have noticed it yourself. Those rare moments when everything slows down just enough for you to sense that something meaningful is unfolding beneath the surface of ordinary life. This is one of those moments. Because recently, your soulmate experienced something unexpected, a realization that arrived not through grand events, but through a series of small reflections that kept returning to their mind. At first, it was just a passing thought, a simple curiosity. Why does this person carry such calm strength, even when life becomes complicated? Why do they keep moving forward while others would have already turned back? These questions began to linger, and the more they observed your journey, even from a distance, the clearer the answer became. You have been developing a strength that most people never notice in themselves. Not the kind that seeks recognition, not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that grows quietly inside someone who has faced challenges, learned from them, and continued walking forward with awareness. Your soulmate began to see something extraordinary in that. They realized that your strength isn't accidental. It was built through moments that shaped you, moments that required patience, resilience, and a deeper understanding of life. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you adapted when circumstances changed? How many times did you learn something important from situations that others might have ignored? These moments may have felt ordinary while you were living through them, but from the outside, they tell a powerful story. And your soulmate has been reading that story piece by piece. At first, they didn't fully understand what they were feeling. It was like recognizing the outline of something important, without yet seeing the full picture. But then something shifted. One day, while reflecting on everything they had noticed about you, a realization arrived that felt impossible to ignore. They understood that your hidden strength is not only shaping your own life, it is also guiding the connection between you. That realization brought a sense of clarity. A calm but powerful thought appeared in their mind. This strength is part of why our paths are aligning. Pause with that idea for a second. Because the truth is, the connections that shape our future often begin long before we fully recognize them. Sometimes they start as quiet observations. Sometimes they begin with admiration. And sometimes, they grow from a deep respect for the qualities that define who someone truly is. Your soulmate has begun to feel that respect for you. Not because of something dramatic or temporary, but because they see the depth of your character. They see someone who keeps learning, someone who continues evolving, someone whose inner strength has been quietly preparing them for something meaningful. And this understanding has created a strong desire within them to share what they have discovered about you. They want you to recognize the same strength they see. They want you to understand that the qualities you sometimes overlook, the patience, the awareness, the ability to keep growing, are the exact reasons your path is opening towards something greater. Now let me pause here for a moment. If these words resonate with you even slightly, take a second to share your thoughts below. Your perspective might help someone else realize their own hidden strength too. And if this message feels meaningful so far, staying connected here ensures you won't miss the rest of this unfolding story. Because the next part reveals something even more surprising. Your soulmate didn't just realize that you possess hidden strength. They also began to understand why this strength is becoming important right now, at this exact stage of your journey. And when that realization appeared, it changed the way they see your future together. My beloved child, wait a moment before moving forward. Something important is about to be revealed, and this is where the quiet pieces of the story finally begin forming a clearer picture. Up until now, your soulmate has been observing your strength, noticing it in small ways, feeling its presence in the way you move through life. But recently, something happened that changed their understanding completely. It was not a dramatic event, no loud announcement, no sudden scene. Instead, it was a moment of deep realization that arrived quietly, the kind of moment that makes someone pause and rethink everything they believed they understood. Your soulmate began asking themselves a powerful question. Why does this person keep appearing in my thoughts whenever I reflect on strength and growth? The question repeated itself again and again. At first, they thought it was coincidence, a passing curiosity. But the more they reflected, the more they understood something undeniable. Every time they imagined a future filled with balance, understanding, and emotional depth, your presence appeared naturally in that vision. Not forced, not imagined, but recognized. Pause here for a moment and think about this. Sometimes the people meant to walk beside us in life are not recognized immediately. Their importance becomes clear slowly, through reflection, through time, through the quiet realization that certain connections feel different. Your soulmate has begun to feel that difference with you, and that realization led them to understand something even more profound. Your hidden strength is not only shaping your personal journey, it is also shaping the foundation of the connection forming between you. Because strength like yours creates stability. It creates understanding. It creates the ability for two people to grow together rather than pull each other apart. Your soulmate recognized that the qualities you carry, patience, resilience, awareness, are not common traits in a world that often moves too fast, and that realization made them appreciate you even more deeply. They began to see that your strength is the kind that builds meaningful futures, not temporary excitement, the kind that allows two people to support each other's growth rather than compete with it. That thought changed everything for them. For the first time, they saw the possibility that your connection might hold a deeper purpose, one that goes beyond simple coincidence. And that is when another realization appeared. If your strength is this powerful, then you deserve to recognize it yourself. Because the truth is, many strong people underestimate their own abilities. They focus on what they still need to improve, rather than appreciating the growth they have already achieved. Your soulmate doesn't want that for you. They want you to see the same strength they see. They want you to understand that the qualities you develop through patience and awareness are shaping a future filled with possibilities. And that realization is why this message matters right now. Before we continue, let me gently say something. If these words are resonating with your heart, if this message feels meaningful to you, sharing it with someone who might need encouragement could create a ripple of positivity. And staying connected here ensures that you continue hearing messages designed to remind people of the strength they already carry. Because the next part of this story reveals something even more surprising. Your soulmate did not stop at recognizing your strength. They also realized something about the future, something that made them believe your connection might soon move into a completely new chapter. A chapter where your hidden strength is no longer hidden, but becomes the guiding force for what you both create together. My beloved child, take a quiet breath with me for a moment. We are reaching a point in this journey where something subtle begins to shine with greater clarity. The pieces you have been hearing about, the quiet strength within you, the awareness your soulmate has been developing, are not separate threads anymore. They are starting to weave together. And this is the realization that has recently settled in your soulmate's heart. Your hidden strength is not only something they admire, it is something that gives them confidence about the future. Think about that for a second. Most connections in life begin with excitement, curiosity, even attraction. But excitement alone does not create something lasting. What truly builds a meaningful path between two people is the quiet understanding that they can grow together. That realization is exactly what your soulmate has begun to feel when they think about you. They see someone who does not run from growth, someone who reflects, learns, adapts, someone who continues evolving even when life becomes unpredictable. And when they noticed this pattern in you, a new thought appeared, a thought that changed the way they see your connection entirely. This strength could be the foundation of something real. Pause there. Because when someone begins to see you not only for who you are today but also for the strength that will shape tomorrow, the connection moves to a deeper level. Your soulmate has reached that level of understanding. They realize that your strength creates something rare, a sense of emotional stability. The kind of stability that allows two people to build trust slowly, patiently, without pressure. In a world that often moves quickly and forgets to pause, that kind of connection is powerful. But there is something even more interesting about the realization they had. They noticed that every time they imagined moving toward the future with confidence, your presence felt natural in that vision. Not because of expectation, not because of fantasy, but because the qualities they value most in a partner, awareness, patience, resilience, are the very qualities you have been developing all along. This understanding created a quiet sense of certainty inside them. Not loud excitement, not overwhelming emotion, but something calmer, deeper, more meaningful. A realization that your connection may be unfolding at exactly the right pace. Sometimes people believe that meaningful connections appear suddenly. But the truth is, the strongest ones often grow through recognition. Recognition of character, recognition of values, recognition of strength. And your soulmate has begun recognizing these things in you more clearly than ever before. But here is the part that might surprise you. The message they want to share with you is not about rushing toward the future. It is about something even more powerful. They want you to see your strength the way they see it. Because once you recognize the value of the strength you carry, everything around you begins to change. Your choices become clearer. Your confidence grows naturally. And the connection between you gains a new level of understanding. Your soulmate believes that the next chapter of your journey begins with that realization. Not with pressure, not with urgency, but with awareness. Awareness that the strength you built through your experiences has been quietly guiding you towards something meaningful. And perhaps, towards someone who truly recognizes it. But stay with this journey just a little longer. Because the next part reveals the most powerful realization of all. The moment when your soulmate understood that your hidden strength might not only shape your own future, but also inspire their own transformation. My beloved child, pause here for a second and feel the quiet shift happening within this story. Up until now, you have heard about recognition, about the way your soulmate slowly began to notice the strength you carry. But something even more powerful has recently unfolded, and it changed the way they see both you and themselves. Because one evening, during a moment of reflection, a realization arrived that felt almost surprising to them. Your hidden strength was not only inspiring admiration, it was inspiring transformation. Think about that carefully. There are rare moments in life when simply observing someone's character causes us to rethink our own path. Not because they try to influence us, not because they tell us what to do, but because their presence quietly reminds us of what growth looks like. Your soulmate began to feel that influence from you, without you even realizing it. They noticed that whenever they thought about your resilience, your patience, your calm way of navigating life's uncertainties, something inside them felt motivated to grow stronger as well. Your strength became a mirror, a reflection showing them what it means to keep evolving. And this realization created a powerful question in their mind. If this person can carry such quiet strength, what kind of future could we create if our journeys truly align? That question stayed with them. It didn't disappear the next day. It didn't fade with time. Instead, it grew clearer. Because every reflection led to the same understanding. Your strength is not only shaping your own path, it is encouraging others to become stronger too. That realization changed something in your soulmate's perspective. They began to see your connection not simply as two individuals meeting by chance, but as two journeys that might support each other's growth in ways neither of you expected. Pause for a moment and consider this. What if the qualities you developed during your personal journey, the patience, the resilience, the awareness, are exactly what makes your presence meaningful to the people who enter your life? What if your strength has always been meant to inspire others, even when you didn't realize it? Your soulmate has begun to understand this truth, and because of that understanding, the message they want to share with you has become even clearer. They want you to know that the strength you sometimes overlook is something they deeply respect, not because it is perfect, but because it is authentic. Real strength is not about never facing doubt. It is about continuing forward with awareness, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. And that is the kind of strength they see in you. But here is the most meaningful part of all. Your soulmate now believes that recognizing your strength is only the beginning. Because once two people truly see and appreciate each other's inner qualities, the connection between them begins to grow naturally, not forced, not rushed, but guided by understanding. And that understanding is slowly becoming the foundation of what could be a powerful future between you. Before this chapter closes, let me leave you with one thought to reflect on quietly. What if the strength you developed through your experiences was never meant to remain hidden? What if it was meant to attract the right people, the ones capable of recognizing its true value? Your soulmate has already begun to see it, and the journey ahead may reveal just how powerful that recognition can become. My beloved child, before this message fades into silence, stay with me for just a little longer. Something gentle but powerful is about to settle into your awareness, and once you understand it, the entire journey you've heard today will suddenly make perfect sense. Because your soulmate's realization did not end with admiration, and it did not end with inspiration. It ended with clarity, a calm but undeniable understanding that your hidden strength is not simply a personal quality. It is a signal that you have reached a stage in your life where the qualities you built quietly, patience, resilience, awareness, are ready to shape something greater than you imagined. Think back for a moment. Every challenge you faced, every moment when you had to pause and rethink your direction, every time you chose growth instead of comfort, those experiences were not random pieces of your story. They were preparation. Preparation for the kind of connection that can only grow between two people who recognize each other's depth. And this is the realization your soulmate has finally reached. They understand now that your strength is not something temporary. It is part of your nature, part of the energy you bring into every space, every conversation, every relationship. And when they look at the future, they no longer see uncertainty. Instead, they see possibility. Possibility built on trust, on growth, on the quiet understanding that two people who value strength of character can create something meaningful together. But here is the message they truly want you to hear. Your hidden strength was never meant to stay hidden from you. It was meant to awaken your own awareness. Because once you begin recognizing your strength clearly, the way you move through life changes. You begin trusting your intuition more. You begin choosing paths that reflect your true values. And you begin attracting connections that respect and understand who you really are. Your soulmate believes that this moment, the moment you are hearing these words, may be the beginning of that awareness. Not because the future is already written, but because recognizing your strength allows you to shape the future with confidence. So pause one last time and ask yourself a quiet question. What if the qualities you once overlooked, the resilience you built during difficult moments, the patience you developed through experience, are actually the most powerful parts of who you are? What if those qualities are the exact reason someone out there feels drawn to your presence? Your soulmate already senses this truth. They see the strength. They respect it. And most importantly, they believe that strength has the power to guide both of you toward a future built on understanding and growth. So carry this realization with you. You are not simply moving through life without direction. You are someone whose quiet strength is shaping the path ahead, step by step, moment by moment. And sometimes, the most meaningful connections appear when two people finally recognize the strength that was guiding them all along. If this message brought clarity to your heart today, share your thoughts below. Your words might inspire someone else to recognize their own hidden strength as well. And if you would like to continue exploring messages that encourage awareness, growth, and meaningful connections, staying connected here ensures that the next message reaches you exactly when it is meant to. Until then, remember this simple truth. The strength you carry is not ordinary. It is the quiet force that is already guiding your story toward something remarkable. My beloved child, wait just a moment more. Before you close this chapter and return to the rhythm of your day, there is one final whisper of truth that deserves to reach you. Not loudly, not dramatically, but in the same quiet way your strength has always existed. Because when stories like this unfold, people often believe the message is about someone else, about a soulmate somewhere in the distance, about a connection forming beyond their sight. But the deeper message is something more profound. It is about recognition. Your soulmate's realization was never only about what they saw in you. It was about what you are now ready to see in yourself. Look back at the path you have walked. Every step, every moment of reflection, every time you chose patience when life demanded speed, those moments slowly shaped the strength we have been speaking about. And strength like that does something extraordinary. It acts like a quiet signal. The right people feel it. They recognize it. They are drawn toward it not because it is loud or dramatic, but because it is genuine. That is why your soulmate's awareness began growing the way it did, slowly, thoughtfully, naturally. Because true recognition does not arrive with noise. It arrives with certainty. And somewhere in their heart, a calm thought now exists that was not there before. A thought that says, this person carries something real. Not perfection, not illusion, but something authentic, something stable. Something capable of building a future filled with respect and growth. That realization alone is powerful. But the story does not end there. Because the most meaningful part of this journey is the awareness that is now beginning inside you. When someone recognizes your strength, it creates a mirror. A moment where you can finally see what has always been present within you. And when that awareness begins to grow, everything around you slowly changes. You start noticing opportunities you once overlooked. You begin trusting your instincts more clearly. You attract conversations, connections, and experiences that align with the strength you carry. This is how destiny often moves. Quietly, gradually, step by step. Your soulmate sensed your strength. This message helped reveal it. And now the next chapter belongs to you, the chapter where awareness turns into action, and quiet confidence begins guiding the direction of your life. So before you move forward, hold on to this final thought. The strength you carry is not hidden anymore. It has been seen, it has been recognized, and most importantly, it has begun awakening inside you. From this moment onward, walk with that awareness. Because the journey ahead may reveal connections, opportunities, and experiences that make everything you heard today feel less like coincidence, and more like the natural unfolding of a path that was quietly guiding you all along. My beloved child, before the story fades into the distance, pause one more time. There is a final layer to this message that many people overlook, and yet it may be the most powerful part of all. Up until now, you have heard about recognition, about how your soulmate slowly began to see the quiet strength that lives within you. But here is the deeper truth. Recognition does not end the journey. It begins it. Because once someone truly sees the strength within you, something subtle begins to change in the energy between two people. The connection becomes clearer, not louder, not rushed, just clearer. Your soulmate has reached that point of clarity. They now understand that the strength they see in you is not temporary. It is part of the way you move through the world, part of the way you think, learn, and grow. And when they reflect on the future, this realization brings them a sense of calm confidence. Think about that carefully. In a world where many relationships are built on excitement alone, finding someone whose strength inspires stability is rare. Your soulmate has begun to feel that stability when they think about you. They see someone who does not chase temporary moments, someone who values growth, someone who understands that meaningful connections take patience, awareness, and trust. And this understanding has changed the way they see the road ahead. They no longer see your connection as a question. Instead, they see it as a possibility that deserves time to grow naturally. But there is another realization that came with this clarity. They understood that your strength has a quiet influence. The way you handle situations, the way you reflect before reacting, the way you keep learning even when life becomes uncertain, these qualities inspire respect. Not only admiration, respect. And respect is the foundation of every meaningful connection. Your soulmate has begun to feel that respect deeply. They recognize that your strength is not about appearing powerful. It is about being real, authentic, grounded. These qualities create something beautiful between two people, the ability to grow together without losing who they are individually. Pause here for a moment and consider this. What if the strength you developed through your life experiences is exactly what makes your connection with the right person feel balanced and meaningful? What if the qualities you sometimes overlook are the very qualities that someone else values the most? Your soulmate has already started recognizing that truth, and that recognition has created a quiet excitement within them, not the loud kind that fades quickly, but the calm excitement that appears when someone sees genuine potential in another person. They believe your strength will continue shaping the connection between you, not by forcing anything to happen, but by creating the kind of understanding that allows two people to move forward with trust. And that may be the most powerful realization of this entire story. Your hidden strength has already begun guiding your path, guiding the people who recognize it, and guiding the connections that are meant to grow alongside you. So carry this awareness with you, because the strength you built quietly through your experiences is no longer invisible. Someone has seen it, someone respects it, and that recognition may be the beginning of something meaningful unfolding between you both. My beloved child, before these words gently fade into silence, remain here for one last moment. Not because something dramatic is about to happen, but because the final understanding of this journey is arriving now, quietly, like the first light of morning. Everything you have heard until this point has been leading toward one simple realization. Your hidden strength was never hidden by accident. It was growing through your experiences, through the moments when you chose patience over frustration, reflection over reaction, awareness over confusion. And while you were simply living your life, moving forward step by step, that strength was shaping something far greater than you realized. It was shaping how others perceive you. It was shaping the energy you bring into the world. And it was quietly guiding the connection your soulmate has begun to recognize. Because the truth your soulmate has discovered is this: your strength feels safe. Not ordinary safe, but the kind of safety that allows another person to imagine building something meaningful without fear of instability or uncertainty. That realization created a calm but powerful feeling inside them. A feeling that said, this connection deserves to grow. Not rushed, not forced, but respected. And that is why their message about your hidden strength matters so much. They want you to see what they see. Someone capable of building something lasting. Someone who understands that real connection is not about perfection. It is about two people who are willing to grow, learn, and support each other along the way. And that is the role your strength plays. It creates the space where understanding can grow, where trust can develop, where two people can move forward without pretending to be anything other than their authentic selves. Your soulmate has realized that this strength within you is rare, not because others lack strength, but because many people never take the time to develop the kind that grows through reflection and awareness. You did, and even if you never noticed it clearly before, that strength is now part of the way your story unfolds. Pause here and think about this final thought. What if the strength you once believed was simply survival was actually preparation? Preparation for the kind of connection where someone sees your true nature and respects it deeply. Preparation for the kind of future where patience and awareness become the foundation of something meaningful. Your soulmate has already begun recognizing this possibility. But the most important recognition now belongs to you. Because once you truly see the strength within yourself, the path ahead becomes clearer. You move forward with confidence instead of doubt. You choose connections that align with your values. And you build a life that reflects the quiet power you carry inside. So as this message reaches its final moment, remember this. The strength within you is no longer unnoticed. It has been seen, it has been respected, and it has begun guiding the next chapter of your journey. Walk forward with that awareness. Because sometimes the most extraordinary futures begin with a simple realization that the strength you were searching for was already within you all along.